Hello, this is old Mr. Kent of MrKent.com, and for the 4th of July weekend, we went out a little early out to my son's place and stayed a couple of days in our fifth wheel. And so I think it was Friday morning, I got up early with my grandson and let him fly the drone, my Mavic Air 2. And he loves that dog. And at about this time, I'm telling him, quit pushing on the side of the sticks. Put your thumb on top of the stick and control it like you're supposed to, because he keeps forgetting that. So I think he's going to give us an example of doing it right here. Yeah, except he pushed it the wrong way. So anyway, I let him go. He did a lot of flying, and this is near the end of his flight. And he came over that red car, and he told me he really liked that red car with the stripes on it. So we're coming up over my son's house here, and we're in the backyard. And as he starts out here, you'll see me in my white shirt, and he's right next to me, and I'm waving. So he comes across here, and he told me he wanted to go look at the cows in the field over here with the dirt field. He wanted to take a look at the cows that they have there, or cattle, I should probably say. So kind of, now watch what happens as he's trying to go across there. All of a sudden, you get the Chinese lady that says we need to exit that area. And so I heard that, and he said, "What's this, Grandpa?" And I said, "Let me have it. I got to get it out of there." Because I don't know, I've heard stories of guys that flew into a zone and then it automatically started to land. So I didn't want to hang around there. So I took it over, and then I let him land it, because I didn't mean to interrupt his flight, and I wanted him to at least be able to land it, and I could show everybody how good my grandson is. He's 7, and he likes to fly my drone, and he does a pretty good job. So he's lining up to land it. And there it is. So I needed to find out what was going on. And so the next morning I got up early. I calibrated my Mavic Air 2, make sure it knew exactly where it was. And I took off. This is right after sunrise. And I took off. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to fly out to where I know I can fly, and make sure that they haven't curtailed my flying everywhere. But I'll get up here just a little ways, and then I'm going to turn and head out. But before I do, let's take a look at what we're seeing here. First of all, if you remember from a past video, I was looking at a blocked road, and then I said, well, let me go show you some more construction. I'll put a link to it in the descriptions. And I took off and flew around from the cement mill, which is located right here. And I was going to go over to this road over here because there was some construction there, and I wanted to show that. And just about where the red line is on that path, I ran into the same aircraft notification zone. And so that's when I did some research, and I found out that the yellow perimeter there is an old, or has been, an airstrip from World War II. But recently, in May of 2020, the Army has taken it over, and they fly practice runs and so forth out of there, and they fly it over to the right side of the picture and out into that area to do maneuvers. And so where I ran into the red line right up there at the corner of the field there, that's where I ran into it the first time. And as you will see, as I pan down, I'm right over the top of my son's property. So that line, the line which represents the edge of that no-fly zone, cuts right through the middle of his property. And that's why when I was out the previous week making videos of the construction of the little addition to the shop, I didn't run into any trouble because I was I was on the right side, on the proper side of the property. Now this was running at 4 times speed. I just wanted to fly out there and turn around and come back. And now we're going to slow down. So as I'm flying along here, there's the field up ahead of us where my grandson wanted to take some videos of the cows. And so somewhere along in here is the edge of that authorization zone. And I'm just about to run into it, as you'll see. And you notice I'm sliding to the right because my drone wants to slide along the side of it rather than stop running into it. So I thought to myself, okay, well, there's where the line goes right over the top of my son's house. And so I start flying along the edge of it, and up above the construction of the area there, I wasn't running into it last week. And by the way, after I did this flight, I calibrated my Mavic Mini and did the same test and ran into the same thing. So the red line, which represented the edge of the aircraft no authorization zone, I'm sure it's running down to my left, and I didn't know for sure whether it came to an end or not, but I thought, I'll fly on down here and then I'll make another left turn and see if I can fly into the edge. So I got down here, and then I don't like flying over canals or other people's houses. So I just decided I'll just stay over the little road that goes over the little bridge that goes over the canal, and then fly further east. So if I was back up at the other end, I would have run into the edge of the authorization zone. But I'm not running into it here. And so I'm going to do a little more experimenting and see if it continues on down or if it ends. Like, this is about 3 miles from that field, if you look on Google Earth, which I did. And so now I know that either it just continues to angle out over the field or it comes to an end there. So we're going to find out in future videos. But what I'm going to do here is I'm going to see where I run into it as I fly along next to the canal. And my son, it's odd that the line goes right across the top of my son's property. So I can't take off on the northeast corner, but I can take off on the southwest corner. I should run into it right about here somewhere, and then it'll slide me left when I hit it, as you'll see. There I go, sliding left, and then I'll get the notification. And by the way, I turned it right because I didn't know if it was drifting or not. So there I am, I'm running into it, and it goes right across the top of my son's property. Well, anyway, look forward to future videos where I am going to explore the edge of the authorization zone. And there I am down there, and I'm going to land it and go enjoy my 4th of July weekend. So I want to thank you for watching, and God bless.